Well, there's a lot of difference between sewing and designing. As a designer, you don't really need to know how to sew. But a good designer should know how to sew because, for every pattern, for every idea you put on paper, you just want to have an idea of how it's going to look. But don't forget that they engage the pattern cutters, which are pattern drafters. They engage the dressmakers. They engage the machinists, which we all call tailors. So if you want to engage people and you want to focus on coming up with your design, illustrating your design, putting your designs on paper, why not? It's allowed. It's very possible. So you could be a successful designer and you really don't know how to sew that much. But for me, I think you should know how to make at least your sample, which is key. Your sample is not a must, it's very, very good. But it's like bringing an idea from paper alive. So that takes you a little bit ahead of others. Because when you now take that to a production plant, you know what you want and you're going to be given exactly what you want. You have to have a plan B. You have to begin to invest in what you can do, you can't be sacked doing. Like, nobody can sack me from Nobel Afrik unless I retire. Because Nobel Afrik is something that I brought up from nothing to something. So I always advise young people to learn a trade or probably have a skill that could be a plan B to your BSc. Business administration was done at LASU, which is Lagos State University. My marketing course was done at Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University. I read professional dressmaking with Max Brothers. It's a school. It's called Max Institute of Hair and Fashion. And of course, I did fashion design for Viabatech. Beyond this, I did a lot with other companies. I've been teaching since 1984. So it's a whole lot of trying to know what you want, perfecting your skill. That doesn't stop you from going to school. That doesn't stop you from having your degree and stuff like that. People with different reasons for what they do. But for us, when you come here, the first thing we ask you is how passionate, how ready, what's it's behind you learning or coming here. For us, we believe you must have the flair for what you want to do. And for most people we've trained, of course, we've taught them from zero to something. So we have a lot of designers out there doing well. We have Modella, we have Kola Kudus, we have One Stop Celebration, we have Timmy. There are so much. Well, we are proud to say they are doing very well. And of course, part of what we tell people when you come here is we want to be able to write your name next to our profile, that you are alumni of Nobel Afrik. So we want you to be able to write, oh, I studied at Nobel Afrik. So it becomes a win-win thing. So everybody is passionate about the results. Well, our effort has paid off tremendously because fashion has brought everything I have today. That cost to showcase almost everywhere. Paris, London, South Africa, Milan, US, just name it. African countries. I've taught outside Nigeria, in Ghana, in Zambia, in Zimbabwe, and in Nigeria too. We are not doing badly at all. We have 6 schools. We're opening the 7th one. We're equally opening an apprenticeship school by the end of this month, somewhere in Jibo. And this has brought us fame, money, just name it, recognition. Used to be the national president for the Fashion Association, which is FADAN. I was there for 5 years. I've done a lot of paper presentations to the federal government on one thing that is key, and that's we're advocating for CPU then. CPU is a center production plant unit whereby every designer does not need to have a production outfit. All you need to do is do your sample and take it to this plant. Then, of course, it will be produced out in numbers. You want 1,000 shirts, you want 3,000 shirts. You don't need to buy 3,000 machines to have 3,000 shirts. You don't need to buy 20 machines to produce 3,000 shirts. All you need to do your samples. If you can make your patterns, take it to the production plants, and they turn it out for you. So that becomes cheaper, more professional, then the size chart becomes, something you can be proud of. When you are good, you are good. You have to always keep doing what you do. Do it right. Don't remain where you are yesterday. You have to take it to the next level. For us, we even go and support those we've trained that are having teething issues with their companies, with their projects, with their even schools. We have people we've trained that have opened schools. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes the more the merrier. And one thing that is unique about us is what we do, most people does not do it. Nobel Afrik is unique. Of course, some people will say it's pricey, but of course, we are not cheap. But we offer value. It's all about value. The value content place. So if you have values on paper, you put in values out there, you will always remain in business. So all you need to do is to remain focused, be creative, be sincere with what you're doing, and have this mindset of putting a legacy in place, because Nobel Afrik is bigger than me. And that's the whole idea. Your business must be bigger than you because you're going to leave your business behind. And it keeps moving by the day. It keeps going on even after you or when you're retired. So I'm not one of those people that I don't want you to be successful even I haven't trained you. We are very particular about you being successful because, like I said earlier, we want to be able to write your success story next to us and say you were a product of Nobel Afrik. So it means from day one, we want you to be successful. They are affording us probably because of the government policies, not because they can't break even, or sometimes because of our, we are special people here in Nigeria. You have to buy diesel, you have to buy this, you have to buy that. And people doesn't understand why you have to buy diesel to produce. They've left this like 100 years ago. So now, if you have to cost for diesel to run your company, you first of all buy diesel to sew, buy diesel to run your showroom, buy diesel to run your offices. All these are additional costs to your garments. So sometimes you are out of the market because you can't compete. So for you to sustain, to remain in business, you must be somebody that can compete with the market. When you train one person and the person is doing well, you've solved a family problem. Because if I'm okay as a man, my wife will be okay, my children will go to school, I'll pay my tenant, I'll pay my landlord, I'll pay my rents. So when you look at the multiplying effect, it's beyond me. That is what the government should look at. So, and one thing about this kind of profession is, no matter where you find yourself, you can make it happen. If you can't work with industrial, you can work with domestic. Domestic is like a manual machine that all you need is just space, and you make it happen. We have a unique package that we call Learn How to Sew in 3 hours for free. Under that 3 hours, we teach you how to understand the body form, measurement taking, pattern making, and how to sew at least an elementary skirt, just like what you saw. We teach you how to do all those under 3 hours. And for us, we believe 3 hours of your life is precious, is a lot. And why we came up with that is to show you that every minute can actually result to something big. So the class is free. It comes up every last Saturday of the month. You don't need to pay anything. But the issue remains that every minute counts. So you can learn within 3 hours. At least something within 3 hours. We're not saying you're going to be a professional in 3 hours. We're not saying that you're going to start making money in 3 hours. But you can do something significant, something meaningful in 3 hours. Studying marketing, studying biz admin was for a purpose. And it's to add value to my business. And of course, I will not come and say learning biz admin or business administration has not added to my business. You must know why you are doing things. If you want to go somewhere, you must know why you are going there, so you prepare for it. I've started my designing line before I went back to study business administration. I've started my business before going back to study marketing. So because I knew what I wanted. I had a plan of who I want to become. And to the glory of God, we're able to achieve that. So the bottom line remains that for everything you've studied beyond designing, it's definitely going to add to your person. It's going to add to your business. It's going to add to your presentation. It's going to add to everything you do. And that's the essence of going to school.
My name is Fentola Odushino. I studied English language from the University of Lagos. Graduated in 2008. Went for my youth service 2009. I served in Abia State. After my youth service, I decided to go to a fashion school. And ever since then, I've been into fashion. Well, I just wanted to be certified first. So I wasn't thinking of going to any theater school or anything. I just thought that the certificate is very, very important. I had an interview with Punch, and they asked me why I decided to go into fashion. And I was like, my mom is a disciplinarian. My mom is a teacher that retired as a principal. So she's always like, you should be educated. So I had to just go to school. Left to me, I think if I'd seen fashion first before going to the university, and if we didn't have this discrimination of, oh, you don't have a degree, I think I would have gone into fashion from the outset. Okay. I came to Nobel Afrik to study fashion. I enjoy what I'm doing because I'm working in line with what I want to do. I don't want to get a job where I wake up in the morning and I'm not happy about where I'm going to. I'd always wanted fashion, right from my very tender age. And I had my major breakthrough when I was able to participate in the Padang Talent Hunt organized by the Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria. I came out as a winner, so I got a cash prize. I got a cash prize of 200,000, so that was a major breakthrough for me. I was able to get industrial machines. I was able to get mannequins, so I had something to start off with. So that was like a start for me. I have a big space I want to work. So having 200,000 was just like an extra cash because I already had 2 machines from them. Had a mannequin. Of course, every other thing you need to buy, tape roll, get a table, those ones, you could still get that from the 300,000 and of course still have enough change. I'm trying to enroll for a business school right now, and I'm also still thinking of polishing my fashion, going outside the country to learn more. So I think with that, I think I'm very, very good to go. So I would say that I look more luckier than I am. What you are yesterday is definitely different from what you are today. I can't look back and say that what I was when I came to Nobel is definitely different from what I am now. The clientele base I had then, I can't compare to what I have now. The kind of client I work for, they are very, very much different from the ones I worked for then. Because now I see myself as a professional. So it's quite different. It's a different story entirely. When I see my classmates that we went to the university together, I think I don't feel different. Because most times we meet at functions. So when we meet at functions, I try as much as possible to put on what I need. And it's like, when I'm coming, they're like, Fentola is coming very soon. We need to see what she's wearing. So it's like everybody's on the outlook to see me. So I think that alone is enough for me to ride on what I am. That's enough for me to be proud of what I do. I go for a wedding, I try to get there, not too late, but when I know that all my ex-students are assembled, all my great acolytes are there, and I'm like, they're always on the outlook. Fentola is coming in now. She needs to be very, very different. I graduated in 2010, and I've been on my own before I came back here as an instructor.